Hey, what's up, people? You'll have to forgive me for skipping the formalities. Something just happened that I just was made aware of that I really wanted to talk about. This is nowhere near even what I initially had in mind for putting up this week, but it just happened, and I feel like it needs to be said now rather than later. Um, so, long story short, there was a young man who was connected with the school I work at, and a fair number of people around here knew. He and a couple of his friends died in a car accident just, I guess, technically early this morning at like 3 a.m. or something. And it just, I guess for me, the main thing that came to my mind was that, well, we never really know how long we're going to have in this life. And so we really need to just try and make the best of it. But then part B, on a much more personal note for me, it just got me thinking that I am really not very good sometimes at expressing my emotions or my feelings. That's probably, if I have any serious regrets in my life, that's probably the one thing I would genuinely point out is that I just kind of wish there were times when I acted on my feelings a little bit sooner, or that I didn't try to kind of bottle up my emotions at certain times. It never really helps in the long run. Um, there are some times when you don't want to be too blunt and blatantly honest about what you're feeling, but at the same time, you don't want to keep your feelings bottled up. You don't want to just keep in whatever it is that you're feeling, whether it's anger, sadness, any of that. Just keeping it inside of yourself rather than letting it out is never helpful. All it ever does is just put more stress on you. And nobody really needs that. There's no way it ever ends up helping. In fact, there are a lot of psychological issues people come across from not letting their feelings out over a large period of time. All the stuff just compiles, and it winds up leaving them in some sort of altered mental state that is totally different from what they were before and what they would be if they had just let their feelings out. So you might notice the shirt that I'm wearing. As I mentioned in my first video, I'm a Christian, so um, from my personal standpoint, any of you that don't believe in Jesus and you've even kind of contemplated it, there's never it's never too soon to ask somebody more about it and to you know dig deeper into what it is you truly believe. I mean, there are no easy answers to things like this. Why people have to die at such a young age? There's no good explanation you can find in any religion anywhere. The best thing you can find is some sort of comfort, and I think you know being a Christian is a good way of finding that kind of comfort. There are things all throughout the Bible that states what happens to us after we die and what eternity looks like, and the comfort that that brings to us, both in this life for the people that have passed, but then also after we die, the comfort and the joy that we'll experience then. Um, Yeah, this is going to be a lot less polished than most of my other videos, but I, I don't want to take away from the feelings and the tone of this message. So, again, just whatever it is that you're feeling, anything that you've thought about that you've just kind of kept inside yourself, don't don't keep that in. It's not doing anyone any good. Whether it's emotions, whether it's, questions that you have about certain things, or even just thoughts about your life or your faith or whatever it is, just let it out. There's pretty much never really a bad time to just be yourself, essentially, and act on whatever it is that you're thinking or feeling. Anyway, that's all I've got for right now. I hope that you're doing all right, whatever it is that you're doing. And I guess I will see you next time with what I was originally going to say for this time. Anyway, hope you are doing okay on your end, and I will see you next time. Later.